At the dawn of one of the days in the year 604 AH, in the heart of the ancient city of Balkh, a child was born who, centuries later, would have his name immortalized in the history and mysticism of the world. Jalaluddin Muhammad, the son of Bahad and Walad, later known as Maulana, was born into a family of knowledge and mysticism. His father, Sultan al-Ulama, was one of the greatest scholars and mystics of the time, holding a special place among the people of Balkh. His mother, Mumina Khatun, was a kind-hearted and virtuous woman who raised Jalaluddin in an atmosphere of love and affection. Balkh, at that time, was a prosperous city, but on the brink of a devastating storm. The threat of a Mongol invasion was whispered in the distant horizon, and the shadow of death and destruction hung over the city. Bahud and Walad, foreseeing a dark future for Balkh, decided to leave his homeland before the flames of war engulfed the city. This decision marked the beginning of a journey that would forever change the course of Jalaluddin's life. Bahud's small caravan left Balkh in a silence mixed with sorrow and hope. The first significant stop on their journey was Nishapur, a city still filled with the scent of poetry and mysticism in its streets. In Nishapur, the young Jalaluddin met Adar of Nishapur, the great poet and mystic. Adar, with his deep spiritual insight, whispered after seeing the child, "This child will kindle a fire in the heart of the world." This remark, like a prophetic utterance, shaped the future destiny of Maulana. After Nishapur, the caravan traveled to Baghdad and then to Mecca. This journey not only introduced Jalaluddin to diverse cultures and ideas, but also planted the seeds of profound questions about existence, God, and humanity in his heart. Finally, after years of travel and search, the caravan settled in the city of Konya, in the heart of Anatolia. Konya, with its mild climate and warm-hearted people, became a safe home for Bahud's family. Jalaluddin continued to grow and flourish in Konya. Under the guidance of his father and other great masters, he mastered religious sciences, jurisprudence, exegesis, and Arabic literature, quickly gaining recognition as a knowledgeable scholar among the people of Konya. However, the death of his father cast a heavy shadow over him. Still young, Maulana accepted responsibility, followed his father's path, and earned a revered place among the people of Konya. Maulana's life passed in peace and teaching until the fateful day when Shams of Tabriz entered Konya. Shams, a wandering dervish and possessor of secrets, with his piercing gaze and fiery heart, turned Maulana's world upside down. Their first meeting took place near a school, where Shams, with a simple yet profound question, challenged Maulana's mind. "O Maulana, tell me, who is greater, Mohammed or Bayezid Bastami?" This question led Maulana to deep contemplation, opening the gates to pure mysticism. From that day, an unbreakable bond formed between Maulana and Shams. They spent days and nights in mystical solitude, conversing about love, annihilation, God, and the meaning of life. However, this closeness stirred anger and jealousy among those around them. The people of Konya, who had known Maulana as a jurist and preacher, now saw him as a restless lover, dancing in the streets and composing passionate poetry. This transformation was unacceptable to many. Ultimately, the pressures and misunderstandings forced Shams to leave Konya. The disappearance of Shams burned Maulana in the fire of separation. He wandered the streets of Konya, calling out Shams's name and shedding tears. But from this sorrow, the Diwani Shams was born, a collection of fiery ghazals that expressed the depth of Maulana's love and pain. Maulana, having matured in the fire of separation, delved deeper into the path of mysticism. At the suggestion of his loyal disciple, Husam al-Din Chalabi, he began composing the Masnavi asterisk, a monumental work known as the Persian Quran. The asterisk Masnavi contains mystical stories, parables, and moral teachings, and flows with the spirit of divine love. In the final years of his life, Maulana had become a global figure. His Sufi gatherings were filled with lovers and seekers of truth. In the circle of dervishes, with outstretched arms and half-closed eyes, he spun, seeking the way to the beloved through the sounds of the reed flute and the drum. For him, the Sema was not just an outward dance, but a path to selflessness and annihilation. Finally, the time of farewell arrived. In a cold winter, Maulana's body gradually ceased to move. His disciples and followers gathered around him and, in a heavy silence, observed his final moments. With a peaceful smile, Maulana said, "Death is my wedding night, the moment of union." And that night, his soul flew from Konya. But this was not the end. Maulana's poetry still beats in hearts, the Sema gatherings continue in Konya, and his name still resonates through time. For he taught that love knows no boundaries, and the soul of the lover never dies.